the county commissioners. Eventually he was hired here in Rowan County and retired here from that job that he held as emergency services director for many years. He's also the fellow who was responsible for creating the countywide emergency services radio network and built the tower on the mountain at Granite Quarry that serves that facility. Other news directors that I remember quite well was Tom Crabtree. Tom Crabtree was here and quite effective for about a year and a half. Married to a young woman from Salisbury who was sort of passed over for a promotion in a local job, and she left and he went with her to Greenville, to Spartanburg, South Carolina, where I think he is still news director of Channel 7, WSPA in Spartanburg. Another fellow who served in the news department quite well was Mark Crewe. He was the son of a person out at Catawba College, and Mark, as I recall, when he left the news department, he went to Channel 4 in Greenville, South Carolina. We had another fellow who was with us a short time. He went to Channel 3 in Charlotte and then on to Charleston, South Carolina television station. I think he's still there. Through the years, we had a number of people. Miriam Thomas was another young woman that we found at Livingstone College. She had a very strong recommendation from the English department, and we hired her, and as fast as she became competent and we had, as we say, knocked the rough edges off, they grabbed her, and she is now news director, the last I heard, at WTVD in Durham, North Carolina. There are a number of people through the years, and I'm sure that I will miss something because that's an area where we had a lot of turnover. We were one of the small stations in the state that operated a full-time news department. At one time I had 3 graduates of the communications school in Chapel Hill. The director of that school, Dr. Wesley Wallace, said at a state broadcasters convention that we were the only station in the state that had 3 of his graduates. Well, after he made that announcement to the whole broadcasters convention, suddenly I only had 1 because other broadcasters hired them away. Those are the kind of things that make those skills that those people brought are the kinds of things that make 40 years in the business a blur. Time went extremely fast. It was never dull or boring. And all the time that I was in the business, I enjoyed. It had a lot of challenges. It was demanding, but it also was very satisfactory in that you had some sort of sense that you had made a contribution, some value to the community. That was done through good engineering, done through some good management people, and done through some people on the air, both as in sports as well as in news. And then I can get around to the people who worked in the sales department.